الله أكبر الله أكبر. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله علي ذات عظيم صفات كبير الشان جليل القدر رفيع الذكر مطاع الأمر جليل البرهان فخيم الاسم وسيع الحلم كثير الغفران جميل الثناء جزيل العطاء مجيب الدعاء يمين الإحسان سريع الحساب شديد العقاب مجيب العذاب عزيز السلطان ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدًا عبده ورسوله. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد: ليس البر أن تولوا وجوهكم قبل المشرق والمغرب ولكن البر من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر والملائكة والكتاب والنبيين وآتى المال على حبه ذوي القربى واليتامى والمساكين وابن السبيل والسائلين وفي الرقاب وأقام الصلاة وآتى الزكاة والموفون بعهدهم إذا عاهدوا والصابرين في البأساء والضراء وحين البأس أولئك الذين صدقوا وأولئك هم المتقون صدق الله العظيم. My respected brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hospitality, hosting, is one of the great virtues among the great virtues of Islam. That has a great input in the welfare and righteousness of our social system. If we take out this element of hospitality or honoring your guest, so you can take out many other virtues as well. Because these virtues are linked with this hospitality. Why I'm talking about this one? Because my brothers and sisters, this is a cosmopolitan town. Many people, they are the wayfarer, traveler. They come here and they meet us as a guest and they have certain rights and we have to fulfill their rights. And we have to keep in our mind what Quran and Sunnah guides us. And how can we establish a good and healthy Muslim society and embody each other, give support to each other, and we absorb those who are newly coming here and strengthen the system of our social norms according to Islam, according to Quran and Sunnah. It is very important. If we make a barrier for the newcomers, for strangers, for those people who are travelers, those people who are students, and then we cannot have assimilation. We cannot have that sort of spirit of brotherhood that based on selflessness, that based on charity, that based on fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if we look at this virtue of hospitality, virtue of hosting, other words in Arabic we say diyafa. What does it mean? It means the relationship between host and guest. One is a host and one is the guest. And host is offering all services what he can. And he spends his money, he provides his lodging, he gives his time. These are the most precious things now in the material world: money, your time, and your accommodation. And Islam says that you offer all these three basic blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to your brother. Whether you know that person or not, doesn't mean. And there are many verses of Quran and many ahadith. Even those ahadith is so much. Some scholars, they believe that it is a wajib. It is a wajib to entertain a guest. If a person refuses his guest, so he's a sinful. But according to Imam Shafi'i, Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, it is commendable act. It is not a wajib, but it is a commendable act. It is very, very important act in Islam. And we cannot set aside this action. And it is very, very important. As I recited this verse of Quran, لَيْسَ الْبِرُّ أَن تُوَلُّوا وُجُوهَكُمْ قِبَلَ الْمَشْرِقِ وَالْمَغْرِبِ. So righteousness is not you face towards east or you face towards west. What is a real righteousness is, first thing is your belief. You have a right belief. What is a right belief? Believe on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, malaikatihi, wa kutubihi, wa rusulihi, wal yawmil akhir. This is your belief. With the right belief. After right belief, then you go, then you take care of your oraba, your relatives, masakin, and also wayfarer. Wayfarer are those who are the travelers. You don't know them. You spend your money, those people you don't know. You sit with them, you offer your food, you say it is stranger. It is strange to, but there is a hadith. Prophet ﷺ says that in Sahih Bukhari, Prophet ﷺ says that to spread Islam, spread your greeting, Ufshu Salam. And then you also provide ta'am, food, to person whether you know him or not. Even a person is a stranger, so you offer your food to that person. So this is also very, very important. If you look at the Anbiya alayhi salam, Anbiya alayhi salam was at the height of this virtue of hospitality. Regarding Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, Quran says, Hal ataka hadith Dayf Ibrahim al-Mukramin. They had there reached the story of honored guests of Ibrahim alayhi salam. إذ دخلوا عليه فقالوا سلاما قال سلام قوم منكرون. When they entered upon Ibrahim alayhi salam, these angels come in the human form. But Ibrahim alayhi salam didn't know that. And they entered by saying salam, and Ibrahim alayhi salam replied with salam to those unknown people. فراغ إلى أهله فجاء بعجل سمين. So what he did, he went to his family and came back with a fat roasted calf. Give a ziyafa, food. Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam didn't know that. Later, those are verses of Quran that mention that Ibrahim alayhi salam, when they didn't eat, Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam worried a bit why they are not eating. Because he didn't know that. These are angels, these are human. But he offered food. And not offered an ordinary food, best food. This is the virtue of Anbiya alayhi salam. Once a non-believer came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam asked to milk a goat and provide the milk to that goat, that the person. He drank all milk. And he drank the milk of 6 goats more than that. Other 6 goats as well. Next day, he embraced Islam. It's a long hadith. Next day, he had embraced Islam. And then he offered milk again. But he finished the milk of only 1 goat. And after that, he said that I'm satisfied. I couldn't take it more. I'm full. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Mu'min eats with 1 intestine and non-believer eats with 7 intestines. There's a famous hadith. 2 or 3 things in this hadith. One is that the hospitality of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not for only Muslims, non-believers, non-Muslim approach to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and provide food more than the capacity. 1, 2, no, 3. And also there is a lesson. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give barakah in a food of a moment. Little food is sufficient for us. If you don't have iman, then what happens? Shaitan joins your food and there is no barakah in it. Because there is another hadith, Prophet ﷺ was eating and Sahaba Ikram was eating, a person joined them and food that was seemed to be sufficient that finished. So Rasulullah ﷺ asked that, did he recite Bismillah? He said no. So Rasulullah ﷺ, that is why Allah took away the barakah from the food. So because non-believer have not this one, that is why he ate. It doesn't mean that they are giant and they eat much. It means that there is a barakah. There is a barakah of a life, of a moment. But the point is that Anbiya alayhi salam, they never discriminate with the people and entertain strangers. whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims or any. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Muzammil, you do وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَأَقْرِضُوا اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا. What you're gonna do? You establish prayer, you give charity, and loan to Allah a goodly loan. Some scholars they are of the opinion they say zakat is a different thing. A goodly loan is that you spend those people, those who are the yatim, orphans, those who are the weak people, those who are people who are the, and you entertain guests. Those people you don't know them, and you spend money upon those people, and this is the great virtue in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Ali radiallahu ta'ala, he was famous because of his hospitality, and he said that I prefer to feast my brothers, my fellows, rather to free a slave. He gave a more weightage to offer food to his companions, to open his dasakhan, to open his food for other fellows, to entertain them, rather than it means he feels the importance of this hospitality, the relationship, what you have it with that. Sahaba Ikram asked regarding the rights of your guest to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What right your guest has? Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that one night and one day. And then Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that your guest is the guest for 3 days. After that, if you do anything, this is your sadaqah. This is your charity. Upon that hadith, some scholars they are of the opinion they take an impression it is sort of wajib. But mostly scholars they are of the opinion they say no, it is a commendable act, but it is a very important act you cannot ignore. Other point is, we think that physically a person meets to me and he asks me any help and I'm helping, then he is my guest and I'm his host. No. If you are if you have a taxi business, if any person that sits in your and you guide and you offer your services more than what you owe that, so it is sort of the one of the way of doing hospitality. Welcoming, do welcome to people. Instead of exploit those people, those who are unknown, because they don't know, they are new here, and you exploit their, lack of knowledge. They exploit because they don't know the customs here, they don't know the pricing, and I'm exploiting there. Like if we look at the example of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, the hospitality of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. On the other side, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala curse upon nation of Hazrat Lut alayhi salam. When these angels reached to the nation of Lut alayhi salam, what they did? They tried to molest them. This is their action. They even didn't care about these are our guests. They even giving them honor, respect. Instead of giving respect and honor, what they tried to do that, they tried to molest these people, exploit these people. So there are the two ways. Any stranger to come to me is he to me. No, it is upon me. If I am calm, I exploit the situation, overcharging. I'm renting my house, overcharging. I'm taking all the opportunities of a person. And if I'm having a fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I feel that this Muslim is my guest here in the town, I'm not asking that we waive off the rents, we drive our taxes without taking any money. I'm saying that we have a certain way of ihsan, feelings of pain, and we guide that person. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us understanding, wisdom. وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمُ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ عَنْ عِبَادَتِي سَيَدْخُلُونَ جَهَنَّمَ دَاخِرِينَ بارك الله لنا ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعنا وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين استغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا مولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. My brothers and sisters, what I'm doing it on my capacity to provide service to other person. As I told you that this hospitality combines with many other virtues. For example, charity comes under hospitality. Selflessness comes under this hospitality. Care of your brother comes under hospitality. Have a feeling of brotherhood comes under hospitality. Meaning, if you are a hospitable person, so you have all these virtues along with that. And if you go one step ahead, what is one step ahead? You ignore your need and you fulfill the need of others. This is the virtue of muttaqeen. This is the virtue of those pious people, friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once a man came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam night time. He asked food. He came to Masjid al-Nabawi. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked for his hujarat, do we have anything? So from every hujra, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had one answer. We had only water to entertain that person. This also shows that faqr of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Meanwhile, an Ansari, he asked his services, okay, I will take this person as a guest to my house. Some scholars, they put the name as a Talha radiallahu anhu, his Ansari. He took that person to his house and asked his wife, now I have a guest, we had to entertain him. His wife said that how could we entertain that guest? We even not sufficient food for ourselves. So how can we entertain this person? So he asked that how much food we have. She said that that is sufficient only for our children or ourselves. Or if we don't eat or our children will not eat, then we can give this food to this guest. So then what they planned, they made the children to sleep first. And then look at their service. It is not like, to show off. What happened here? If I'm giving some favor, I show that this is a favor given by me. قَوْلٌ مَعْرُوفٌ وَمَغْفِرَةٌ خَيْرٌ مِنْ صَدَقَةٍ يَتْبَعُ هَذَا. Giving the charity and after that inflict harm. Tell the people, okay, I give this favor. But look at their selflessness of fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They served food to that person. While serving food, they lit off the candle. So in pitch dark, so guests didn't realize that they remained hungry and he could eat with a full stomach. So that happened. Both husband and wife, they remained hungry. That night, this family slept hungry. Whole family slept hungry. Think about that. How big heart required. Believe me, I remain hungry myself. but I cannot afford my children remain hungry. This is the parental love, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives to me. But more than that, if I have so much care, so much selflessness to other people, then I go beyond that. And those people were not like that. So they served food and he had eaten. Next morning, when the Sahabi Rasul met to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that last night, what you and your wife did it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pleased with that. ويؤثرون على أنفسهم ولو كان بهم خصاصة ومن يوق شح نفسه فأولئك هم المفلحون. Though they are in need, but they give it to others. And those that control the shuhha nafs, stinginess of their soul, desires, bad desires, they are really successful people in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us this level of iman and this level of purity of heart. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون. أقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ومن أظلم ممن افترى على الله الكذب وهو يدعى إلى الإسلام والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين. يريدون ليطفئوا نور الله بأفواههم والله متم نوره ولو كره الكافرون. هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين يا أيها الذين آمنوا هل أدلكم على تجارة تنجيكم من عذاب أليم تؤمنون بالله ورسوله وتجاهدون في سبيل الله بأموالكم وأنفسكم ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون يغفر لكم ذنوبكم ويدخلكم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار ومساكن طيبة في جنات عدن ذلك الفوز العظيم الله سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله الله اللهم أنت السلام والسلام يا ذا الجلال والإكرام ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم اغفر لنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وارحمنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وتجاوز جميع سيئات محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وصلى الله تعالى على نبينا محمد أجمعين.